Yeah, it's rich in bubbly goodness.
Do you remember when you lost your passion for this work?
I invited another friend. I hope that's okay.
Sorry, guys. Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm the Reina Creole, bringing you that spice to sci-fi and pop culture analysis. And I'm laughing my ass off because some of you may have seen this commercial before, this ad before this stream aired, but basically it's for men's deodorant. And I haven't seen a men's deodorant commercial this funny since Old Spice. So it's freaking funny. So that's why I'm laughing. That's why I'm laughing when you guys came on. But anyway, so glad you guys are here with us. It's a Friday, time to kick back, relax, get together with your friends at lunch and just chill and hang out and have a good time. So without further ado, I'm going to bring up my co-host, Fat Steven. How are you doing? Looking festive.
Yeah, I'm ho-ho full of ho-ho goodness right now. How are you?
I'm doing good. Ho-hos.
There-
I like ho-hos.
Well, most people in Vegas also like ho-hos, but they're usually married.
But usually it's 3. Ho, ho, ho.
Yeah, but that's usually a Christmas deal, 3 for 1, right? So you can have 3 chances of getting your wallet emptied and taken. So it's all good. Ho, ho, ho.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that was an XXX worker joke for those who don't understand what ho means. For most people in the audience, ho means Santa, or I'm done with this joke because I have no more content.
I'm
for
sorry.
it,
I
so.
just think of the Saturday Night Live Christmas joke, and I forget who was
Dick
doing
in
the
a box?
monologue. Oh God, no, not that one. No, not that one. Not that one. Where they were
Okay.
saying that it's sexist to say hi ho to all the prostitutes at Christmas. Oh God, I'm probably gonna get demonetized.
I beg to differ because I've actually seen it where people will play that one song from Snow White. Was it Snow White? Snow White, where the 7 dwarfs are there singing hi ho, it's off to work we go. So you pretty much don't even have to worry about it. You can just blame Disney at this point. This is classic Disney. So at least they know hoes back in the day.
Oh my
But-
God, guys, I'm sorry. If you go to the website drsquatch.com, I find it amazing that
What
they
happened to your
aired this
chat? There
guy's
we go.
commercial on my stream. Excuse me? What?
I also have a little favor before we start. Latino, can you send me the link via DM on Twitter for the content creator stores? Both him and Kai have started a website to help promote like individual creators, authors, and such, and they're selling swag, right? So I forgot to bring it up to you because it's been a weird few days to promote the store, the link in the chat, so people can look at, like, say, the Phantom Menace book, Kai's book, Latino swag, and other people on YouTube and other social platforms that are just trying to get their stuff out there for Christmas gifts and Christmas gift ideas.
Yes.
So Polly also doesn't beat me up outside afterwards because he will catch me outside with an oral mango, and I don't want that.
No, I don't think you do. But yes, that's a very good idea. Definitely. Definitely put that out there.
Polly, I can see you in the chat. I do apologize if I think he's here. Or was I seeing someone else?
No, Polly was here.
All right, Polly, I don't know if you can still hear me. Just send me the link and I will try to get it out there. The mods will try to get it out there as well. I'm the only mod here. That's weird.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Let me, you know what? Let me bring up our guest to not waiting before
I rock of a good time.
Yes, definitely.
Very gamma based.
He's definitely unforgettable. One of those people where, you can't help but see who he is when he shows up.
My parole officer? He's always unforgettable. Where are you? Why aren't you here?
Folks, I'm going to bring up Clobberin Times. How are you doing, sir?
It's Clobberin Times. What's up? How are you?
Doing great, and so excited to have you on the show, dude.
Me too. I'm glad you changed the avatar so I couldn't make any Green Hulk jokes.
Yeah, and I was wise to you on that one. By the way, if you want that link, I have it. I wrenched for Polly. I'm putting it in.
All right, cool. Can you put it in the private chat? And
I will put it in the private chat. If you, I will run and go get that. Let me run and go get that real quick, and I'll be ready.
Awesome, definitely. And also, I will make it a point to drop it in the description of the video too, so folks can refer to it when they pull up the video as well. So that way we can get it out, get out as many avenues as possible. So let me say hello to the chat. 18 people watching. Thank you so much. Let's see who we have here. First one, of course, is Latino Slant. Feliz Navidad. He says, first to chat, first to support my brother Clobberin. Absolutely.
There it is.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much.
So glad you are
to the
here.
chat and hail to Polly and his
oral
mango.
Hail, Polly.
Oral mango.
All right. Before you agree anymore, the link I'm posting in chat, guys, for those who are watching, this is to help support creators' merchandise, maybe get Christmas gifts on the fly. So give it a check out. Latino and Kai both were behind it. I checked it out recently. There'll be more added. So if you even have a Teespring and you're trying to get some stuff done, contact either of these two. And what they're doing is actually pretty awesome because it's like going through people online and shopping through their stores because a lot of stores are closed.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And again, as I said earlier, I will put that link in the description box of this video. Okay, so that way you guys can refer to it and definitely do support. Shadrazar says McRibs are $5 each. This is highway robbery. I want to speak to an accountant. That sandwich is back?
Yes, always the time of year, right?
Wait, where are they back and why haven't I been sent any?
The McRib sandwich.
This is the time of year, right?
I thought they were canceled permanently.
I don't know. I've never had one.
I would rather have the McPizza come back if anyone remembers the McPizza.
I do not. I don't think
McDonald's used to have a personal sized pizza that you could get. It was actually a meal with their normal Big Macs and stuff, but they always put onions in their goddamn pizza. Even if you didn't ask for it, they put it under the cheese and screw with you.
I don't even have. That was absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. You know what? Let me get this super chat real quick from our boy Mad Mardigan for $5. Says, hey everyone, and thank you for supporting the channel, Mad Mardigan. Lorena, I have a question. Who the hell let Robert Rodriguez into the Star Wars universe, and why didn't they do it sooner? Dude, that's what I'm saying. Okay, folks, I'm not going to give spoilers.
No. We're done here. No.
Not going to give spoilers for The Mandalorian, but yeah, why didn't they do it sooner? I freaking love Robert Rodriguez. Goodness. Woo!
I also heard, that's pretty cool, but did you hear the other special announcement that they just announced that looks like is going to be amazing, stunning, and brave? And I can't believe they got her. I'm very impressed. Did anyone else see this announcement? I shared it to you, Lorena.
I don't know. Is it the Mariah Carey Christmas special on Disney Plus? Because I can't wait to see that.
I saw the video on the news today of those two backup singers with her singing, but the share screen at the bottom is another wonderful Christmas event coming.
Okay, let me take a look at.
There you go. Brie Larson has been announced to help present the Game Awards, guys. So Brie Larson.
Hell no.
Brie Larson is going to be Game Awards live. So you can constantly watch her beat up men for the phone over and over again.
Made for you. It wasn't made for you. Girl, kiss my behind. Anyway, Lord Thought says hello, everyone. Well, hello to you, Lord Thought.
Lord Thought, my buddy.
Us, absolutely. And Tina Bojan, another awesome supporter of so many Fandom Menace channels, says, good afternoon, friends. Good afternoon to you. Shedrazar asked if it started. Yes, it did. Zachariah 315 says, howdy, Lorena. Well, howdy to you too, Zachariah. So glad you are here. And Dave Bob says, hey, Lorena Creole. Dave Bob was on with me earlier on Loki's channel. So if you want to know what we think of the latest Robert Rodriguez Tales directed episode of The Mandalorian, please do check out the replay of Loki's Mornings of Mischief stream from this morning. I think you will enjoy it. What's up, Andrew? Caffeinated Wolf, Andrew of Geeks and Gamers and half of Caffeinated Mayhem says, good morning, lovely Ms. Reina Creole. Well, good morning to you, Andrew, and so glad to see yourself. No, he didn't.
He's pushing a timeout. He's really pushing it.
Shadrazar says, I don't get ads, but when is a men's deodorant on a woman's live stream? You know when it's on a woman's live stream? When a woman like me loves alpha males that smell good. That's why. For some reason, Google got into my brain and spit it out there. So that's what I think. But yeah, I hadn't seen that commercial before, but dang if it isn't funny.
And I will give that shout out to Stone Loki as
Yes.
requested. I see that right there. Hail to Stone _Loki. Just to
Hail.
bring it back.
Hail Loki.
Loki.
He's the man.
There you go.
Loki's the man.
There you go. Let's see. Who else do we have in the chat? Parrot Head, who was sending me some killer memes about Florida. I'm going to have to put him on the Welcome to Florida show on Sunday. He says in Vegas, they don't pick up streetwalkers because there's brothels in a different city. Yes, that's right. Reno, Nevada. Yeah, I'm very quite aware of those commercials. See, I'm glad I'm not the only one who thought those Dr. Squatch commercials were hilarious. YouTube, keep running those commercials on my channels. That's all I'm going to say. They do have a couple of women in them too. So yes, it's for everybody.
Yeah, Squatch is for
everybody. Yes,
really
and
creepy.
oral. Yeah. That's a drunk 3PO blunder like nobody's business.
Is that borderline like Rick and Morty?
Which one?
Squatch. And Squatch.
Oh, I don't know. I haven't watched Rick and Morty ever. I know it's out there, but I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it. Kip Ellis says, afternoon, morning, folks. Welcome, Kip Ellis. Why does that t-shirt look so familiar? For some reason, that t-shirt looks familiar.
Wait, that's top 5. That's Stig.
Ah, Stig.
Oh, yeah.
No wonder.
He's number 3 underneath, I think, or number 5. Yeah.
Absolutely. Lord Toss says, Clobberin Times. LLL. Avon Lives. Great to see you.
Hey, buddy.
Awesome. Theme Park Casual, how you doing? Says, hey, y'all, got a work meeting, so I'll have to catch the replay. Have a great stream. Well, thank you so much, Theme Park Casual, for dropping in here. I appreciate that. Cavateño Che is here and says, just arrived from the Valkyries talking about Christmas movies. I'm gonna have to watch the repeat of that because I love Christmas movies. And I was actually on the Valkyries live stream this week. That was way too short, but it was so much fun.
They are awesome.
Speaking of Christmas movies, I think we're doing the Ninja Turtles with Matt after this.
Really?
Where the Ninja Turtles are all of a sudden have Jamaican accents, and they find random kids in an alley, and it gets weirder for 20 minutes. It is the most weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life. Oh my
gosh! I'm gonna have to have that on.
I will send you the link after if you need something. It's borderline that commercial you just watched. That's how weird it is. Yeah.
Oh, cool. Well, I like that. But before I forget, folks, the Valkyries, I know they need watch hours, so please do run their playlists overnight because we really want to get the Valkyries more monetized. So definitely put their playlists on. Run them overnight. Absolutely.
Especially the Viking stuff. The Vikings, they do overviews and reviews of the Viking episodes in order. So if you want to hear them talk about it and also drool over Loki, not Stone _Loki, but Loki in the show, you can hear it live from them.
Okay. Hey, Pod Race and Palpatine says hello there. Live, awesome one. Yes, this one is live. So to kind of let people know, on Tuesdays, I usually have the premiere. I do the premiere, so all you guys can kind of get together and review the video at the same time of a recorded interview for folks who can't make it during the regular time, Fridays at noon. So it's kind of live and not. It's live that the chat is enabled and you guys can talk while you review the video, but not live and that the interview was recorded earlier. So definitely if you guys have feedback about the video, about the interview, I like to use the premiere to capture all of that great information and great interaction.
And usually also, I don't know if I forget if you said this, but you can tell the difference. Lunch table is live. After school special is recorded. That's the best way to go about it. The title was also give you.
Which reminds me, next, however, I'm glad we brought that up. Two things actually we'll talk about. One, next Tuesday's stream is also pre-recorded, but the guest that is going to be interviewed is one you do not want to miss. And that's all I'm
We
going
finally
to say.
got Oprah. I'm so happy.
I'm going to leave you waiting. Oh, and the other thing is, I will probably have channel memberships activated by this weekend. So keep an eye on the community tab, and those will be out for you guys to support. Again, it's totally optional, but another way to support the channel and everything that's here, and to kind of interact with me a bit more and interact with each other a little bit more. So it's very cool. Cavatinho Chase has found out Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas Is You was animated this morning. There's an animated version?
Well, they gotta keep her looking young, right? That's the best
Oh, God, I love it. I love it because I freaking love
find it for
Mariah
you.
Carey. I love Mariah Carey. Y'all just don't understand. I just do.
I do.
Yes, shout out to Stone Loki. Yes, and I love how my face fits perfectly within her face frame. So I
Appropriating her
freaking love
cleavage.
that. I love that too. Yeah, yeah. The cleavage is my gift to you for Christmas. Terry Rose says they talked about everything but the movies. Where was that from exactly? They talked about everything but the movies.
Oh, God.
I'm missing that tone. They're closer to Sparks than Reno. Okay. Hey, Matthew Birkland, when will we get the Lorena Alligator Wrestling live stream, please? That's the
cheerleader episode.
You walk around in swamps that much, Lorena?
In what that much?
You walk around in swamps that much?
I'm around a lot of swamps when I go to Florida to visit relatives. So I'm gonna need to do alligator wrestling training someplace like Gatorland first. So I'm trained properly before I do any of that.
I too am around swamps. I live in the Bayou State. So.
What? Yeah, that's right. Because you're
Louisiana.
You're in Louisiana. Yeah, that's where my paternal grandfather's peoples is from.
Oh,
Louisiana, Mississippi border. Southern, like
very familiar
50 miles from New Orleans.
Oh yeah, very familiar with it.
That long ass stretch of I-10 across Lake Pontchartrain where it's like, check your gas.
Oh yeah, the causeway is 23 miles. So it was for the longest time the longest bridge across water in the world.
Yes,
the toll is ridiculous.
It was crazy driving across that.
Oh, you went across the causeway, did you? Oh man.
Yeah, I did because I had to drive from. Took me 4 days, but when I was moving to LA from Orlando, I took 4 days to drive across country. So I saw some cool stuff, and that was one of them. I'd been to New Orleans many times. I'd flown in there, but I hadn't driven through Louisiana before, so that was interesting. So I had a great.
What she's not telling you though is that she did the 4-day travel on a skateboard with a leaf blower.
That was
an umbrella. That's how she did it. The whole trip.
Greatest Christmas special. I am so looking forward to watching the Mariah Carey Christmas special. It's probably the only thing I've ever watched on Apple TV Plus, actually. Let's see. Sorry, was slathered in BBQ. Just finished off 3 and some fries for Lorena's lunch table. You do you, Shadrazar. That's awesome. Yep. Did I see the alligator climbing the fence? Yes, I put it on Twitter with the caption, "They called animal control on us." Oh, that was freaking funny. I absolutely loved it. I'm glad I didn't drive down to the Keys. That's a drive I do want to do. It kind of freaks me out a little bit, but for some reason I just feel I have to do it.
Thank you very much, MB.
Airboats.
Which one? Oh, airboat. I haven't been in an airboat yet. I want to. Have not been in an airboat yet. That's one of the things that I need to do. I haven't gotten a chance to do it in the Everglades. So I need to do that either in the Everglades, like they do on that crawl for CSI Miami and Horatio Kane are out there and they're on the airboat.
Yes.
That's a cool freaking thing. I'm gonna have to do that. But yeah, the Keys is an awesome drive that I'm gonna have to do one day. NB Geeks, let's talk for $5. Damn girl, got stream, add super chat, news flash people. This woman has skill and talent. Congrats, Bam. Well, thank you so much, NB Geeks. Let's talk. Thank you. You guys definitely inspire me. And thanks so much. I appreciate it.
If it wasn't for your super chats, you would not keep the fires of appropriated Mariah Carey cleavage burning at night. I know I was just trying to do a low-key kind of thing there.
Exactly. I like I like that though. You gotta clip that. Greatest Christmas special is easily
Stop it.
Teenage
Stop it. My God, dude. No, that's a debatable now after watching the Alpha 5 Christmas, because that's going to be a debate. Yeah.
My daughter loved the Death and Medicine museums in New Orleans. Yes, you have to do the voodoo tour too.
Yeah, and they have the D-Day Museum is wonderful. The D-Day Museum is great.
Mm-hmm. It's absolutely amazing. Mr. Tickle Trunks, a super sticker for $2. Thank you so very much. It is a fox with hearts. Well, thank you so much, Mr. Tickle Trunks, for that sticker.
I don't know what dog that is.
Is it a fox or is it a Shiba? Oh, it's a Shiba Inu dog. Yes, it's going like this with the hearts. Yeah, I didn't know either until someone told me. I had no idea. I remember the California Raisin special, and I remember
the best part. The best part of that California Raisin special, because I'm still trying to find a copy that's somewhat good, is the bells. Because remember they were trying to do the Christmas bells, and they're all the claymation bells, and that one guy keeps messing up. You don't remember that? I'll find it.
It's been ages since I've seen that, but 24 people watching. Thank you so much. Our guest is Clobberin Times. So tell us, because I call you the comics consigliere, because ever since I was on that DC fandom stream with you, I was like blown away by your comics knowledge. So tell us, how did you get into loving comics as much as you do?
Well, and thank you so much. I'm so old now, I've forgotten more than I know. But when I started, my gateway drug into geekdom was the Adam West Batman TV show at the age of 2 years old.
Oh, that's classic.
It was, according to my parents, and the first word I could speak was Batman because of the lyrics of that opening song, and it was exactly Batman. I remember saying Batman as less than a 2-year-old, I believe, when it first aired on TV, by the way. And ran around with a little towel on, running around thinking I was Batman. And from then on, it went from cartoons, Filmation, Superman, and Aquaman cartoons, and the Fantastic Four cartoons. Mm-hmm. And so before I ever knew what a comic book was, it was superheroes on television, which was a lot of the way it was for a lot of people of my generation. Mm-hmm. So that's why I've always think it's hilarious when someone says, "So what about? So let me ask you something: Marvel or DC? Which one are you?" I didn't know what a Marvel or a DC was. I just knew what superheroes were. So I love them both. Some people take sides in that divisive little war there, but I love them both. So it started with that, and then of course I started collecting comic books, learned how to read through comic books and book and record comics of the 60s and 70s, and then like everyone else, every other kid of the 70s, riding my bike to the corner 7-Eleven, getting the using whatever grass cutting money I had was to get a bunch of comics and save just a little enough for a candy bar and a Slurpee cup with a superhero on it.
Dude, that was me. It's just like even into high school. It's like when I got like my first like real job. Retail. And after work was over and work was crap and I couldn't stand people, I'd scrap my little bit of money together, drive my beater car over to 7-Eleven, go through the spinner rack, pick the comic I had money for and a Slurpee and like some kind of cheap ass candy. And I was good. And I'd go home and that's like what I would de-stress to do. It's like I'd pick off, the Star Wars comic that was out, G.I. Joe comic that was out, the X-Men comic that depended again on how much money I had, because sometimes I had to choose between the three.
Yes, that was when it was all spinner rack back then. Yeah, absolutely. And those were the time. Now sometimes you splurge and get a Hostess fruit pie because we know all life's problems can be solved By host fruit pies. Oh, there's some comics there. And so in the early '80s, I helped start the first comic shop down here. I worked with a guy, and yes, when I first started comic shop, what's that? A shop that sells comics? That's not possible. What? No way, because there were only a very few in the country at the time.
Mm-hmm.
In some of the big cities, and down here, I didn't even know what one was. That's how but I helped start that, and in the early '80s. That was when the direct sales market, straight to comic shops only, came out and hit big. And that is, I ran a shop throughout then. I owned my own later, and then I've worked for other ones up until the mid '90s or so when I left the biz.
That is really cool. Time. That is really cool that you had your own comic shop.
Wait. Are you secretly Gary from Neurotics and you're just messing with us?
Yeah, I get that all the time because Gary gets messed with it when he mentions it. I get it now.
Am I being punked right now?
Yes, I'm Gary. No.
Well, let me ask you this: are you familiar with the TV show The Big Bang Theory?
I am. I watched the first couple seasons.
Yeah, I couldn't watch the first couple seasons because it was too much like the people I worked with at work. It was just like work. I couldn't. I'm like, yes, these kind of people do exist, and yes, I've had to work with them. It's just like, no, that reminds me of an argument conversation I had earlier that day. So it took me a couple of years to get into it. But Stewart running the comic shop, how accurate is that depiction?
As much as I used to sort of like the show, and now I can't stand it because I think it's just got a lot of, I don't know, some of the portrayals. But I will say this for them. The Stewart character, while he is a comedy sitcom cliche, there's some credibility to it. Because it was around the business for so long. And all of my greatest friends I ever made were either at comic shops, geek conventions, Doctor Who or Star Trek fan club things, different things like that. And so all my greatest friends are geeks like me, geeks of a feather, as you know. It's a little over the top, but it's a little bit like that. Not all, some comic shop owners are not like that. I'm sure. I didn't know Gary personally, but I doubt he was not like that. I can tell.
Oh no, Stewart never had sex. That's the problem. Stewart was always lonely. So they were portraying that. They portrayed it in a way where it seems like, well, if you go down this road, you're never going to see an actual vagina that isn't on a computer screen. I think that was kind of not the proper way to go about it.
No, but
and that we all live in our mom's basement too. That was
because what it was is it was a caricature, and I think that's part of the other reason why I wasn't really that into it until they bought the character Bernadette on, and pretty much I was a lot like her. So that's went between her and Amy Farrah Fowler. Those were the two that I latched onto. And every week it's like I would tell my friends, "You see what you said," or whatever. So that part we like, but pretty much I get what you're saying. Dave Bob says, I remember getting a Superman costume when I was 4 in 1961.
Wow.
Can still remember what was printed on the top shirt tail. This costume will not let you fly. Only Superman can fly.
Yes, the only costume that will help you fly is the one that the greatest American hero had.
Oh my gosh. Big Bang Theory is my page on Facebook. Big Bang Theory Hangout Place. I'm friends with Stewart. Really? That's pretty darn cool. I really like Stewart. And El Presidente is in the house for $5 super chat. Thank you so much, my dear. One of the Dark Council Kings, he says, I'm a big fan of the spicy take on pop culture. I'm fashionably late, but I'm here to enjoy the show and banging on the lunch table as we speak. I'm so glad you are here with us. Oh my gosh. Love it. Love it. Love it. Let's see. Don't put that comment on stream. Okay, I won't. Steve Mitchum, you are new here. Hello, say hola. Glad you could join
my old friend.
us.
Great friend of mine. Way back.
You could join us. Absolutely. So one of the first of all, 25 people watching. Thank you so much. Our guest is Clobberin Times, comic aficionado, as I like to call him. And it wasn't really much of a but I was very serious. I literally have this stash of comics that I got I want to say between middle school to high school. And then when I went to college, I basically boxed them up, and my mother had thrown them in the basement, and they hadn't seen the light of day until maybe about 5 years ago. And literally a couple of months ago, I cracked the case open to see what was in there.
It's a beer.
And okay, I wish, well, that would be some really, really, really nasty beer. But I saw, I'm looking at my comics collection because the first part was the Star Wars comics, and I'd forgotten how many of them that I had bought, because those were the things that tided me over between The Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. So I was like constantly going every week, every month, going through the spinner rack, finding the Star Wars comics. But 2 other comics I started collecting as well during that time. And that was the X-Men. And the other one
was Lens Flare.
But if Lens Flare, that's funny. Was G.I. Joe. And 2 of my favorite characters, well, my favorite character from the G.I. Joe series was Snake Eyes.
Oh.
He was my absolute favorite. And I was actually pissed because I didn't get the issue, the silent issue. You know what I'm talking about, right, Clobberin Times?
Yes.
I kicked myself for not getting that, because I said, why the heck do I want a comic book where there's no words. There's no words at all. At all.
The first time that was done, yeah. I'm not sure what issue number it is, though. I can't really tell you.
This is, God, I think like 60, I guess.
I mean the silent one.
Yeah, I don't know I don't know which one it was.
I couldn't see it.
Yeah, this is 63.
Yeah, you got number 63 right there.
Yes.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
That was somewhere 82-ish probably, or something like that. And
okay.
Depending upon the condition, I think at that point, man, I know. It's a Mike Zeck cover, but I can't remember who was writing or drawing the book. I mean, I'm drawing the interior at the time. Let me see. Let's see. What kind of, depending upon what kind of condition, and is that the only?
I haven't opened the pages. I haven't opened the pages of this like at all. Yeah.
The spine looks pretty good, so as long as the spine, that's already bonus points. But it's like fraying around the corners, discoloration, sunlight damage. You have to look at all those factors as well, making sure it is though it's not the it's the retail store though version because of the barcode on the front, right?
Yeah,
that is
I literally bought this from
that's retail. Exactly.
7-Eleven.
If you ever
7-Eleven and I bought it,
a blank UPC code with a Spider-Man head on it, or something. If it's Marvel, then that's a direct sales, comic shops only.
You see how it's different down. You see how it's different down here?
That's a direct sales book.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. Mostly all of my comic books, I just got it from, the spinner rack at 7-Eleven, because I didn't really tell people about my geek habits or whatever. And I really didn't care about the condition or where I bought it. I just wanted to have it so I could read it once or twice and then bag it and put it away. Because for me, it's like I just wanted to be engrossed in the story. Dave Bob says I have 3 mint copies of Wolverine #1.
I'll take one, Dave.
They're to be read and enjoyed. Now, is that the Wolverine, the regular series, or is it the Wolverine, the first mini series, Dave Bob? But and there were a couple, but still, that's great. Cool stuff. We love the original miniseries by Claremont and Miller. That we were so excited about that when that came out.
Mm-hmm.
We made shirts for our shop that I was working at with that original Frank Miller cover. And of course, that's the classic that opens up with that line that got used forever from Wolverine. When he goes, "My name is Wolverine. I'm the best at what I do. What I do is not very nice."
Mm-hmm. Cavatano Che said, "Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Clobberin Times. I didn't mean to run." He says, Cavatano Che says, the Reina Creole issue 21 is silent interlude. Okay. Just got IDW G.I. Joe Best of Snake Eyes last month. I have to get that. Because Snake Eyes was my dude. Ooh, nice pop. I like that. He was my dude. His backstory.
Oh yeah.
Everything.
See, my big confession on G.I. Joe is I never really bought the comic, but I sold a lot of it. But you see,
Mhm.
when that comic came out, I was like running that aforementioned comic shop, and it was like 81ish or something. That comic came out, somewhere up in there, and GI Joe to me, because for a while when I was a kid, they were the big gigantic dolls, which I'm sure you're familiar with. So
Like
that
the Mego style.
I was in my late teens when I was running this shop, almost like 18, 19, whatever. And when that comic book came out, the Larry Hama, Herb Trimpe one, I didn't really buy it that much. I was buying other stuff. And when I saw the toys, I said, what in the hell is that? Now, time has changed me on that, because I have many, many friends who are a few years younger than me. To them, that was their childhood. And they loved those G.I. Joe and Real American Hero toys and the cartoon and the comics. The time, it was not in my age demo. I wasn't buying toys at that point. Now I have too many toys. It's ridiculous. For a while, I wasn't buying toys. And so I didn't understand what they'd done to G.I. Joe, so I didn't buy the comic book. But I sold a lot of it. Well, I ordered a lot of it. We didn't sell a whole lot. But man, I remember how issue number 2 became really scarce. And for the longest time, that was the toughest one to get. Now I don't know about that.
Wow. But oh my gosh. Okay, I'm sorry. I have to show the back of this because this is probably going to nerd me out even more. This is another reason why I remember, now it's hitting me why I picked this up. Why I picked this up when I did back in the day.
Oh, the wedding issue.
Look is what is on the back. I found this out. I saw it and flipped out. Because I love Spider-Man. So to find out that they were going to get married, him and Mary Jane. Oh my gosh. I freaking love that. I love that. Yes. Some girls who read comic books. Yeah. We freaking love this damn storyline. I'm just saying. I'm just saying we loved it.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh, it was a big deal at the time.
I have to apologize. I don't know if you're seeing that or you're getting it too, but unstable connection with YouTube.
Mine is pretty pretty stable. Hang on. You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna out her a little bit. Hello, folks. This is my sister.
Oh, hello.
She used to see me come home with G.I. Joe cartoons. With the G.I. Joe comic books, I used to watch the cartoons. It's like, don't freaking bother me while I'm watching it. Yeah, it's gonna bother me. I'm so glad you're here, girl. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'll try not to nerd out too much because she.
I have a question. Mary Jane or Gwen Stacy?
I'm a Gwen guy.
I almost don't want to pick.
I love redheads, so I love Mary Jane, but something about Gwen. And I was always angry with Jerry Conway and Stanley for Gwen greenlighting it, murdering her. It's a classic. Don't get me wrong. It's a brilliant classic in comics lore, and I'm still against it. Which makes no sense because it's really good drama. But I'm still against it because I loved her. And you should read the way they handled it in Marvels. Kurt Busiek and Alex Ross's Marvels of the early 90s, which was a brilliant book when they went back and revisited that. It's incredible. Very, very heartbreaking.
Yeah, we all look like clones. We do. We look like clones. We really do. Gwen Stacy, I wasn't really as much into. I thought she was cool, but Mary Jane was just seemed really special to me. So I didn't really get too much.
Yeah, well, Gwen wasn't around nearly as long either. So I mean,
let's see.
She was already gone by the early 70s.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I really had not even heard of her until recently. I knew who Mary Jane was, but I'm like, who's Gwen Stacy? Like, I don't know who the heck that is.
Yeah, they put her in that horrible Spider-Man 3 and then that garbage Amazing Spider-Man 2 as well.
Oh, okay. That's probably why I didn't see her. Oh, 25 people watching. Thank you so much. Let's see. I have another one here which actually predates issue 53. And this is actually issue 58.
Oh, okay. It's kind of glaring there, but
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
no problem.
Let's see.
That's 58. Okay.
Yes, that's 58.
Let's see here. 50. I have actually pulled up a reference thing. You see, if you're looking at a ballpark, what they're worth these days.
Mm-hmm.
Depending upon the condition, that one, and that's a yeah. I think they only have one printing of it. Looks like somewhere in the late. Oh man, yeah. Larry Hama was actually still doing it at that point, or back to doing it. That's probably about depending on your condition, a $5-6 book, maybe something like that. Just
Okay.
like your 63 is probably about a little bit more than that.
Mm-hmm.
Again, depending upon your condition and things like that. A great reference for you to check, by the way, is if you go to mycomicshop.com.
Mm-hmm.
Just about everything there is on there is graded, and I mean, you could check out grades, and you could check out what's in your comics, and whether you got a big special one or not, whether you have a rare one or not.
Later, Dave
like that.
Bob. Wow, caffeinated wolf. I'm jealous.
Nice.
I'm jealous. I didn't get any. I mean, I wasn't into getting them autographed, and honestly, I don't even freaking know what I have in my stash, like at all. Like this surprised me. I didn't even know I wound up picking this up.
Oh yeah, G.I. Joe Transformers, absolutely. It's number 1, right?
Yes, number 1. And maybe I did get this one from the comic shop.
You could have. Let me see. You see that? Yeah. That's a direct sales copy, and there's no question about that. See, not only is the UPC code not there, if you look at the numbering thing, it's also your where your number is. Yeah, that's also telltale that it's a direct sales comic.
Oh, cool! Yeah, this must have been the one that I got from the comic shop down the street when I discovered where it was, and that was pretty cool. And let's see, and then there's this one, which I think I got at the 7-Eleven. I'm like, this is new.
You did. Oh yeah, special missions. Yeah. That was man, when was that? That was somewhere in along the lines of the mini issue number, by the way.
Yeah, this one is number 4. Yeah, this one's like issue 4. I have a couple, but this was like the first one. I'm like, oh, I have to check my stash further. But yeah, this is like number 4. I didn't even know I had this. And there are actually 2 of them bagged in there together. I guess when I started buying double copies. Because speaking of double copies, this was the first one I started buying double copies with. And it is a number 2.
Oh my.
Number
2. G.I. Joe yearbook. You have 2 of that one?
Yes.
Let's see here. Is that a yeah, it looks like it's that is a direct sales. So I can look that up. I can look that up for you.
Oh, please do.
Let's see here. There are a lot of good references. I like mycomicshop.com. They're basically Lone Star Comics in Texas. And they're pretty straight up about stuff.
This is like Antiques Roadshow for like all my comics right now.
Yes. Oh man, where are you?
Am I coming in now?
Yeah.
What's up
now, dude?
All right.
Were you having
you were gone?
No, I was there in the backstage, and I'm like, "Can you guys see me in the backstage?" And
no, by the time I popped over, you were gone, and I'm like, "Where'd he go?" And then he just came back. So you're good. You're good now.
Man,
yep, I grabbed two of these. I don't know, for some reason at the time I just started grabbing 2 of them.
And that's number 2, right?
Show.
Yes, this one is number 2.
You see that one? Yeah, okay, yeah, that's one of those things. I was making sure I had the right one. That is man, that's they don't have a price on that one. That was they don't have it stock on this.
Does that mean I get this first off?
So They don't even have it in stock, so they don't price that one. But I can find out for you and get back to you on that one.
Oh, cool.
What it goes for?
Please
It's,
do.
I don't know how exactly rare it is, but it's a Michael Golden cover. I can notice that much. It sometimes matters.
Oh, I love that cover.
This is signed by Campbell
gorgeous. Hold on a
and
second.
both Romitas.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's
Wow.
nice.
Nice.
That is nice. Later, Dave Bob. Sorry if I missed you right there. That is awesome. I never thought about getting comic signed at all because they were kind of like out of sight, out of mind. And I actually thought that they were lost for like the longest time until my father cleaned out the attic in the house before he sold it. And then was like, oh, here, I found this case of comic books of yours.
Yeah. Yeah. And of course, some people don't even get them signed. They buy them signed in some cases. There's some Carnage there. You still looking for a Carnage Marvel Legends?
I need that the one to go with that Venom statue, but this is the second appearance of Carnage. I have never read it, never opened it.
Oh wow, that looks awesome. Because not Carnage, but I liked Venom. The Venom movie, I did not expect to enjoy that as much as I did.
I did not see that. So some people say it's pretty good. It's good.
It's Mad Max's Carnage, Venom, and I like it for what it is because it's not the sappy Marvel crap. It goes.
Yeah,
he's hitting people's heads, man. I don't care.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that they're going.
I did too.
Power with that.
I did too, and I like the fact that he. Oh God, I'm blanking on the guy's name, but he's like, yeah, like you, I'm a loser too. I'm like, damn, you admit that.
Yeah, hold on.
Oh, wait. Yearbook number 2 currently on eBay, $80 to $140.
On eBay for that much?
Which one?
Yearbook.
I couldn't find the price on it on the normal site there, eBay, huh?
Yearbook number 2.
You should just assess your condition there. You never do it.
And I have 2. I've never opened them. I've never read them. I just grabbed them and have 2 of them in the bag. Hey, Lady Mist.
Yes. As to your question, if you want to share that screen when you have a chance, Reina, that is the one I am looking for to go with my Venom, and that is a statue because my statue, as you can see. There needs a buddy.
Wow.
The eyes are removable.
Oh,
the tentacles come out.
Uh-huh.
The whole everything's like 30 articulate. I'm stuck. There we go. Oh, still stuck. No. But yeah.
That is, I just remember getting the comic books to just like relax, enjoy the stories and just get, sucked into that. And at one point when I thought I was going to get back into comics, friends of mine, they were just like, no, now we're into anime and manga now. And I'm like, well, why? And then they were telling me stuff that was happening with Marvel, with DC. People were like into, I think, Dark Horse Comics. Spawn was really huge.
Mm-hmm.
Spawn was huge at the time. Yes. And I'm just like, I didn't know about that. And there seemed to be this drawing away from it. And of course, now with all the crap that's been popping off in comics, now people are mostly into
Fatfire, also known as Mandy, the Glad Garbage Bag, daughter of Starfire. And
don't get me started on that.
Jewish who can talk to a dog by not fighting crime but being a social activist. And then we have Kibblesmith, also known as Santa's husband's author, the new warriors, the man with the wiffle bat, the bubble tape around his hands, threatening police officers until he gets arrested. I'm done with this show.
Hey, Justin. I haven't read a comic in over 30 years now. I really haven't. The Todd Father is the goat. Let me show this really, really quick. I'm sorry, my it's so glaring.
Oh, you saw the link there? Yeah, that's the one I found. That doesn't mean to say it. I'm just saying that's the one I've dug up. on eBay. There could be others for sure. Like you said, someone said they sounds a lot more.
Yeah,
But it could be more.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where I don't know what I have, and I need to start going through it. But the part that I love about all the Star Wars comics that I collected is just the storytelling. Because no joke, literally, by the time I'd finished watching them, it was the prime point to go see Return of the Jedi, because you saw the backstory about the Bothans. And why Mon Mothma was so, her face was just like, many Bothans died to bring us this information. And if you hadn't have read the comic books before that, it would just seem like a footnote to you. But if you read the comics, you saw all the carnage and the sacrifice that happened and how it affected Luke when he found out. It was just something else.
Yeah. You know, the Marvel Star Wars comic was, I loved it for a lot of years. Even though, you know, because in between Star Wars films at that time, in between the first 77 and my favorite all-time movie, Empire Strikes Back, in between Empire and Jedi, that there, you know, after Empire, there were a couple of, before Empire, there were a couple of novels, and then there were comic books, and that was it. You had to wait. That's all the Star Wars you got. You had Han Solo at Star's End, and Splinter in the Mind's Eye, like Alan B. Foster, who's totally getting screwed by DC right now. Yeah, it's sad.
Yes.
But and then after that, you had the Marvel comic, and you had a few books here and there. If you were a Star Wars freak, it wasn't a lot, and so you love, you know, so you bought the comic book, and it was funny. Like before Empire Strikes Back came out, before the comic adaptation came out, right before the film was, they as you know, there's a scene where Han tells, when Leia asks him why he's leaving, he says, "Well, the bounty hunter I ran into an Orbit changed my mind." Remember that line? The comic, the comic book showed that scene before that in the adaptation of him shooting the bounty hunter. And that's fun for fans. Obviously, they did a lot of contradictory stuff, because in between the first Star Wars film and Empire, there was an annual where they went to this planet. And someone told Luke the story of how a Jedi master by the name of Obi-Wan Kenobi brought his two Padawans. Didn't say Padawans. It's two of it, Darth Vader and Anakin Skywalker. Oops. You know, which, you know, this was a couple years before Empire.
Right.
Oops. But again, they didn't know. And of course, Jabba the Hutt's an issue, and he's like a tall-looking, skinny, yellow ape dude. You know, so they Marvel and Lucas had a lot of contact. Roy Thomas will tell you, though, it was frustrating because Lucas didn't tell him everything. So why should they? So there were contradictions here and there. But between Empire and Jedi, it was a tougher problem, because again, wait a minute, we don't have Han Solo, and we gotta fill time between the two. Are we supposed to believe 3 years takes place between Empire and Jedi? Oops.
Yeah.
Which it wasn't 3 years, but for the comics it was, and for us it was.
Yes. It's like for them, it's just like, oh, time didn't really go anywhere. It's like, no, it was an agonizing 3 years because of the way that Empire ended.
Yes, especially for me.
Oh man, I remember going back to school the next day after that movie came out that weekend. Did you hear what freaking happened? When you want to talk about merchandising, they milked the Empire Strikes Back on all kinds of stuff for 3 years. And it's like we were just in suspense for anything you could get your hands on to fill in that gap between seeing Empire Strikes Back and then waiting for Return of the Jedi to come out. It was just something else. But folks, so Clobberin Times, I just want to ask you, it's like anybody who talks about comics, I ask you, you know, what is your commentary about the state of comics right now today?
We don't have another hour.
I know we don't have another hour, but
you don't have 20. Well, you know, it's pretty simple actually. It is an art form that I dearly love. That is, in a sense, I'm almost fortunate because what's happened over the past 5, 6 years plus or whatever with the identity politics have been destroying comics. They kind of forced me out before that all took place. Around 2011, I was already kind of done with Marvel. And again, at that point, if you told me there'd ever be a time where comic books as a weekly or monthly thing, me going to get a big stack of comics from a comic book shop, would ever not be a part of my life, even though I wasn't in the business anymore, I'd say no way. And Marvel had kind of chased me away. And then DC came out with this thing called the New 52, which I call the Screw 52. I hated it. And that kind of made me dump all of my DC stuff. And then as the years went on, I bought less and less. And now recently I was getting the IDW comic Star Trek Year 5, because it's based on the original series, which I love. And I've been getting the Dark Horse comic book of the Orville, because I love the Orville. And other than that, I don't buy new stuff. I can't stand it.
Mm-hmm.
There's still some people that are hardcore that will tell you there's a good book here and there, even from Marvel and DC. No, it's just nothing that makes me want to go back. You know what they've been doing the past couple of years? That they've been, that it outsells their new stuff. They have these things called True Believers, which are $1 little books that are reprints of older Silver and Gold and Bronze Age comic books, the eras that I love.
Wow.
And they've been doing these replicas, these facsimile books that are like an exact replica of a comic from like a key comic. Like, for example, the first appearance of Wolverine was in Hulk 180 or whatever it was. I forget the issue. And a couple of other, whatever, like a X-Men 137 or whatever, and they're a complete replica or facsimile of that comic. It's it's different cover price, of course, it's $3.99, but it's got all the same thing, the ads and all that stuff. I was picking up those for a couple of years when they were doing those recently, and
like
they
that
were doing
one
well.
there, right? Like the Spider Gwen I'm showing right now has the True Believers on the top.
Yes.
Yeah.
And yes, for a while they're like when an Avengers movie or something would come out, they would put a couple of tie-ins. So there's some classic old Avengers stories or what have you, and some other things, and and I bought a bunch of those just because it was like buying old comics again. It was stupid. I had them in other forms in some cases, but I just thought it was kind of fun to buy something off of a comic book rack. I mean, it just felt good to go to the store and buy something that I would like, even though I knew that was just an old reprint or something. And something, those were the only popular. Those were popular. And they were based on old comics. Should tell them something.
Yeah, but, Terry Rose said vintage stock in the mall is my go-to store. Yeah, not only in the mall, but sometimes when they have those temporary exhibitors that'll come in with comic stock, people are swarming all over the place to get them. It's like a mini Comic-Con that's in the mall, and these dealers are come in and people are just combing through and looking for the old stuff.
Yeah, the few comic shops that are going to survive this, because there are some people saying there won't even be any print DC very soon, and probably no print Marvel. And maybe it'll go all digital if they do anything at all. I don't know if that's true or not, but I can see it happening. But you could again, I think back issues are where it's at for these comic shops now. A lot of them will tell you that that's what they're selling the most of. It's really, the market's going to really get big again, because there's still a love for the comic book art form, even if it's not what it once was. But the current stuff, the new stuff, I mean, personally, like you had a gentleman, Caffeinated Wolf said DC has half a handful of good current books, so he likes a couple of those books. Right, and Marvel, nothing. Now, again, I got a friend of mine who hates most of this stuff, too. He says the new Marvel series Juggernaut's good. But Ron Garney's doing the art. I'm going, that sounds good. But, I still don't want to go grab it. I mean, even when someone tells me a book is good now, I go, oh, that's cool. I'm glad to hear this is good. And then I don't even really get pumped up to go get it, I haven't lost my love for comic books. I love them so much. Talk about them all the time. But new stuff, man, I just don't see them lasting if they keep down the road there. Except, of course, for I'm Not Starfire. That's going to be great. That's going to be the greatest comic.
The only new comic I kind of would pick up from DC is probably the Three Jokers, just in case. But other than that, the only comic book I've actually put money behind is Cecil's. Rainbow Brute seems like a possibility. Florida Man, I don't really consider a comic book. It's a graphic novel, but I don't mind supporting Mike Barron and his partner.
Sure.
But there's nothing. Like, the cover might look nice, but as soon as you hear reviews about the story, it's like, I was officially, I think, done with Marvel when I saw the scene they showed of Wolverine crying after Cyclops pegged him. I think after that, I lost all interest.
Oh, goodness gracious!
I'm not joking.
God.
I'm not joking. This is serious.
Yeah, they did.
I just gotta shake my head.
Just like he shook
I
his
just
paws.
Time
Yeah.
Prophet says the only comic I will buy is the one that Machini 90 will finally draw.
That's a good policy. I mean, yeah, the crowdfunding stuff is fantastic. I mean, that stuff, yes, I wasn't even speaking that. You just mean the industry as far as the big two and IDW. I don't know how they're even in business. They have a little license books. I guess that's what it
They
is.
sold out.
Did they ever? Even Dynamite sold out. They were, at least Dynamite was just doing comic books that were agendaless, that were just there for entertainment. Now that's probably going to go away. And the crowdfunded guy, that's where it's at. The art form will thrive there because people still love comics.
Absolutely. Well, folks, I think that is a great place to wrap it up because we just have the lunch hour. Clobberin Times, we are definitely going to have you back, man.
Yeah, we haven't talked about Mandalorian yet and how everything bothered us.
Yes, we just it's never long enough, but it's just enough to keep you back wanting more. So, folks, please subscribe to Clobberin Times if you haven't already, and thank you for making me one of your friends, Clobberin Times. So definitely check out his channel, subscribe to him. Even if you are subscribed, double check to make sure that you still are subscribed. And do you have anything coming up, Clobberin Times, that you want the folks here to know about?
A bunch of stuff in the works. Again, as you say, it's hard to say for me, I guess. It's hard for me to believe, but I'm non-controversial, as you can see by that. I just do geek stuff. I don't get all that controversial, except when I defended Enterprise because I think it deserved it. Saturday night, a buddy of mine, a collector, we're going to be talking about Treasury editions and tabloids. Again, that's such an obscure topic. I don't think anyone knows what a comic book Treasury edition is because they're so old. They haven't been around a long time. These big, gigantic, oversized comics of the 70s and 80s, but we love them. We have a big collection of those. So I'll be doing that. And I got a lot of other stuff planned, but not scheduled. A lot of Legion of Superheroes, a lot of Star Trek, a lot of, my buddy Mark C. and I do a show every now and then.
That man is awesome. I'm sorry, after the Loki show, he is one awesome man.
Yeah, Mark C. is a cool dude. We've done some shows together where we picked our, we talk about, he's an excellent artist. And we love, my thing is, and it's boring to most people, I grant it, but I love comic book history. It's a big love of mine. And doing shows about that, talking about the things. My favorite magazines are the ones, Alter Ego and Back Issue. They talk about the Silver Age and Bronze Age comics. That's what a geek I am. But I love reading about the minutiae of comic book history and the industry and things like that. So
awesome.
I have a quick question for a closeout. Favorite Lantern Corps?
Core, you mean, or core member?
Core.
Well, I mean, there's only one.
What is your color?
You mean all the colors of the rainbow stuff that they did later, like it's going to be green, of course. I go, Hal Jordan is the greatest. Remember, we were on Loki's show. We talked.
Yeah, I know, simp. I just want to call you a simp because you did for the EVS stuff 2 weeks ago. Simp. Okay,
simp. Call me simp.
Thank you.
Hal Jordan's the greatest Green Lantern of all, by the way. Good.
Awesome.
What about you, Larry?
Okay. I have not seen Green Lantern, the movies. I just know of the Green Lantern, so it's going to be green. It's going to be green until I see
pop out.
Unless it's Mexican Iron Man. In that case, it's the Brown Lantern. So
that's true. Mexican Iron Man rules.
He sure does. Oh, and keep getting well. Keep getting well, Mexican Iron Man. Gotta keep that up. So glad you're doing so well. Thank you, Teresa, for the super sticker for a 99-cent super chat. Thank you. I can't see what it is, but it's probably a rose. There you go. Her signature rose. I absolutely love that. Love your support of the channel. And folks, that's gonna do it for us. We're gonna wrap it up here. Thank you so much for all of you for coming out. Thank you so much for the chat. You guys are on fire. Thank you for the super chats that support the channel. And again, like I said earlier, an announcement about the subscription should be made available over the weekend. So just keep an eye out for when that is announced. And folks, thank you, Clobberin Times, for hanging out with us. Thank you, Fat Steven Seagal, for modding and keeping the conversation going and the moderating the chat. And
I was moderating. When did that happen?
Yeah, you were.
Yes, you're welcome. I was modding.
It was subconscious how you were doing it.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna say one more time for everyone in the chat that I said at the beginning. If you can, please drop by the KMFS link. I will post it one more time. Both him and Latino Slant are working on making sure content creators watch and view on YouTube have their stores projects promoted. And if you're looking for a quick and good Christmas gifts to not only support them but the people you care about in your family, see what you might want to buy. And that is care of Latino Slant. And yes, Paul, my mic is working. Shut up. Thank you very much.
And before I forget, folks, to wrap up your Friday, please go over to Culture Casino's channel at 2 p.m. I think he's still having his stream. He's actually on site in Florida right now at Disney World, so that should be an interesting stream. Cool. Also, Latino Slant has his stream about 3:15 Eastern time, I believe. So that is the wrap up of the week over on his channel. And of course, a little bit after 5:36, whenever Lady Gravemaster rounds them up, Friday Night Tights over on Nerdrotic's channel to definitely round out your Friday.
Who do they have? Because I don't think they can top Gundam. I'm sorry. I'm one for Gundam.
Yeah.
That was
I don't know, but you know what? We're just all going to be there anyway, regardless. So just see what goes down.
We will be having our Christmas show soon as well with Matt. So we'll have that link up later. But thank you very much, Reina. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, everybody. That link that Fat Steven talked about will be in the description as soon as this broadcast is over. For those watching the replay, thank you so much for watching the replay. Please subscribe to everyone on this channel and take care, everyone, and have an amazing weekend. Bye.
Stop touching my tortillas.